Try these two religious NPCs in your D&D game. Father Brellock the Blind. Brellock from the Church of Tyre was born with sight, but lost his vision after a terrible sickness. Despite the hardships, he never blamed the gods for his misfortune, and instead became more devout, thanking the gods for granting him life. Through his devotion and daily prayers, he began having dreams, gaining the power of foresight. When he meditates on an issue, Tyre grants him visions of the future. He uses his ability to those who come to his church for guidance and will gladly look at your party's future, that is, for a price. Cardinal Renzo. A devout follower of Ilmata, Renzo can be found in the busy city streets, spreading the word of Ilmata and encouraging others to join him in acts of suffering as an act of faith. He has the ability to heal others, relieving them of pains and illnesses, but he does so by taking them upon his own body. He will gladly transfer any ailments your party faces onto himself if you join him in prayer to the Ilmata. 3 memorable shopkeeper NPCs. Glass Eye Liara. The owner of the all-seeing eye is an odd woman with an unblinking glass eye that seems to follow customers around the shop. While calm and kind, she sometimes makes unsettling and obscure warnings, such as to avoid standing under owls on Tuesdays. Her shop specializes in various scrying tools, and rumor has it that her eye is a powerful artifact that she stole from a powerful wizard many years ago. Dusty Dargrim. Dusty is a hulking half-orc who is the owner of Dargrim's Oddities. The store is always impeccably clean, and Dusty can be found constantly cleaning every item of the shop. He gets visibly distressed when dirty customers come into his shop and touch something. Dusty compulsively cleans it afterwards. Gribble Knotsnout. Gribble is a goblin who is blessed with a high intelligence. Rather than raid and pillage with his clan, he opened up Gribble's tasty potions in town. Every potion not only works exactly as intended, but they all have unique flavors, and Gribble has acquired a cult following that drinks his potions as they would fine wine. While something of a potion sommelier at this point, Gribble has become somewhat addicted to his potions, and often ends up drinking his own goods. These NPCs will keep your players on the edge of their seats. Gregor Patches Stern. A broad-shouldered man with uneven, scarred skin. His body is an unsettling patchwork of different skin tones and seams. He constantly wears a long coat that hides his body. Gregor lives in a small town, and while quiet, he is gentle and awkward. He takes on any physical job he can get, using his unnatural strength to help the town, wanting nothing more than to be accepted by the people. He constantly lives in fear that the town will outcast him if they learn that he is actually a sentient flesh golem, and he wishes to meet whoever made him and wonders if he has a soul. Varys Corvin. After several disappearances in the criminal underworld, your party is sent to investigate. You trace some clues and eventually find the source of the disappearances. A vampire named Varys has been posing as a sickly nobleman in the day and going out at night, drinking the blood of those that commit crimes in his town. Cold and self-righteous, he believes he's doing what is right for the town, hoping to clean the streets of corruption. Now, he just has to figure out if he can trust your party to keep his secret. If you are enjoying this video, check out my Patreon, where you can get access to original monster stat blocks, awesome magic items, and full adventure PDFs every month. Don't make forgettable NPCs. Brindlebumble. Speaking a mile a minute, this halfling inventor has been experimenting with a black powder used for explosives. He has burnt off all of his hair on his head, and it doesn't seem like it's growing back. Brindle gets overly excited at the thought of a new project, and often ends up causing little explosions. He owns the Banging Bumble, a shop that specializes in explosives. Witty Whiskers. A coy tabaxi with a fondness for riddles. Whiskers loves challenging people to riddles, placing bets on whether or not you can answer his riddles. He's made a decent living as he carries his winnings around in a jar, ringing it to attract new victims. Challenges. Helga Buttertart. The Buttertart family is a long line of bakers, but Helga really put the shop on the map. Born with innate magical abilities, she's found a way to enchant her baked goods to give the consumer minor magical effects, such as emitting the smell of lavender or making their freckles glow. Every once in a while, a pastry grants a major magic boon, making her pastries heavily sought after. Don't make unlikable NPCs. Enzo Stonewright, an old widowed halfling who spends his nights chatting with anyone who will listen in the local tavern. Enzo was the lead architect many years ago and designed a majority of the important buildings in the city. He loves talking about the glory days, and if you are kind enough to listen, he will show you the miniature-scale replica collection of any of the buildings he's designed, including where all the secret passages are. Amelie Ting. While out on the roads, you might come across the eccentric Amelie, a happy-go-lucky elf with wanderlust who has spent the past century traveling the realm. She has drawn a number of maps of every location you can imagine and is willing to sell them to you for the right price, and if you can promise to try to uncover her many treasures she's hidden across the land. Every map is marked with little symbols for things she has hidden and hopes that the treasures bring joy to whoever finds them. Dr. Vestra. Dr. Vestra is a researcher who is obsessed with monsters, especially those with toxins and strange magic. He's always looking to experiment and learn something new, and is happy to go off on a rant about the fascinating habits of a manticore before losing his train of thought and jotting down notes in his notepad. If you complete some tasks for him, he can be a helpful ally in providing you with items or information to take down terrible beasts. Use these winter-themed NPCs. Jack Frostling, a frost sprite with a mischievous heart. Jack is a playful little guy that loves harmless pranks. He might appear as a traveler who needs help, or a traveling merchant that offers the party some wares, but he uses the encounters to steal and hide things from the party, or freezing their boots to make it impossible to walk without slipping. While annoying, his antics are playful, and he really just craves attention. He's a lonely little guy that wants friends to play with, and if befriended, he will share some of the treasures he's borrowed from travelers. Bjorn Glarmore, found skulking deep in the mountains. Bjorn is a hunter who might seem as if he's gone mad. He obsessively tells the party about a magical white stag that is said to be living in the mountains, and he's spent the last year looking for it. The magical white stag is said to grant a wish to anyone who captures it. He asks your party for help in finding it, as his daughter passed away from a strange sickness a year ago, and he would do anything to bring her back. Mary Harst. Having built the Frosty Tankard as a way station between dwarven towns, she's excited for you to try her famous spiced ale, which will get you tipsy but warm you to your core, granting you temp HP and advantage to being frightened. She has mentioned that strange noises have been coming from her basement lately, but has decided to just board it up and enjoy a drink. It'll take care of itself eventually.